Welcome to Redvee TV's Instant Fan Reaction, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2021 season, as we reflect on St Helens' 31 points to 30 defeat against the Catalans Dragons here this evening.
You can't bring yourself to say it, can you?
It was one of them, wasn't it?
You know what? We've played 3 periods there where one team's had a man down. We've beaten 10-1 over them 3 periods, and the one that matters is the one. The one that matters is the one. You know what? Warrington fans, Wigan fans, Leeds fans will watch this and be laughing at a cry fest because they can't come round and beat us. But you know what? That's just a disappointing, after I'm going to say a 66-minute performance, we've turned in there. So the first 10 minutes was a little bit poor. We end up, we give away an early try, Percival gets sin-binned, then we take hold of the game, absolutely boss it, 76 minutes, I come down to go to the toilet.
Your fault.
Miss 2 tries, and I'm thinking, how the hell's this happened?
What did you say to the Hull fan behind us when it was 30 points to 12?
We're not going to lose this from here, and we shouldn't, but this is it, we shouldn't lose that from there. That is, and I've just had a good heated debate with a fan. And he said that that's the best thing that could happen from us. If we don't, I get what he's saying. If we don't learn the lesson from that, and we should learn a lesson from that, then we don't deserve to get to a grand final and win it. If we learn the lesson from that, then I agree with him. That's the best. That is a good thing. It's not the best thing. We should have won that game. It's not the best thing to happen to us, but we need to take positives and we need to take lessons from that result.
From that result, I'm not too upset. Sometimes you've just got to look at it and go, you get games in rugby league where it just feels inevitable that something's going to happen, and after they got the second try and they get the ball back again, they're going forward. The only thing I'm upset about at the end of that game is on that last play with 5 seconds to go, we are too honest. We should have been doing a piley on top of the ball carrier, and that play should never get off to even allow them to put a kick in on the last. We're too honest. We should cheat like everybody else does 2 seconds before the end of a game and see it out that way. Peter, it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sore one. Obviously, Kev makes the point we could potentially use this as like motivation, learning the lessons. The other side, which we hope doesn't happen, but we have to consider, is that the psychological impact that this may have, having the game in the bag essentially, with 5 minutes to go. Even when they make it 30-18, you think that's okay, and then not doing the things that have made this Saints team the team that it is. You know, just seeing it out, making the tackles, and then at the end, as you say, just flopping in top. So the play the ball doesn't happen. Even if they get the penalty, they've got 1 shot to nothing against an organised defence. When it goes into overtime, again, we've hit 2 shock and drop goals, and Maloney has hit one running away from goal, as sweet as a nut.
It is a little bit of a lottery when it comes to the drop goals, though. Makinson's converted a couple of them at Old Trafford, or one at Old Trafford.
Well, I suppose I'll never be critical of Tommy Makinson. His record with drop goals is 1 from 4, and his most famous one is one that he missed. But it was very, very disappointing to lose that game. There's no way, based on, as Kev said, 67 or more minutes of that game, that we should have come out on the wrong end of the scoreline. It's so un-Saints-like defensively. If we learn the lessons, great, but we have to do a lot of work in the next few days to the psychological damage that could happen because of that.
And I think you've got the right words there. It was un-Saints-like. Our game is built on having a really good defence. We've conceded the last couple of tries by allowing Catalans to go the length of the field twice. Yeah. I don't think there's lessons to be learnt from it. I think we just need to get back to doing what we do. And we seem to just drop off it for the last 5 minutes. Did Saints, like our Twitter feed where we're talking about consolation tries, switch off and think the game's won?
Probably. I completely disagree with you when you say it comes to a lottery with drop goals. I think that is a skill that you can practice and hone. I was calling for Lewis Dodd to take one. I was calling for Lewis Dodd to get the ball. You get the one that's a bit further out with Tommy taking it because he's got a good boot on him. then it comes to Lachlan Coote. I've no problem with Lachlan Coote, take him on, and you can't practice. It's like penalties in football. You can't practice that over and over again. But it's not a lottery, mate. It's really not a lottery. It's a skill that you can practice. Even under pressure, you can practice it. That's where you call out for... Theo Farge has done it under pressure. Yep. He's won us a game against Hull KR with a drop goal.
When we get that final set where Coote misses wide right, is there an argument that you go first tackle where everybody's already set up for it and you haven't got a team expecting it and charging it down?
No, you've called for that a couple of times. Go short, go early. No, you set yourself up, you give yourself the best platform, and then you drag the play the ball back so you're stood another 10 metres back.
Did we drop back enough?
No, well, possibly not. Listen, it's all great in hindsight. Possibly not. Going back to your point of Saints being off defensively and what we base ourselves on, we've potentially all heard the Kurt Sirenen interview on Saints TV where he's turned around and said Saints are a team who are renowned for attacking play but base a lot of it on defensive. We've come away from that probably 4.5 minutes of not sticking to the ethos there. And listen, teams can Harlem Globetrotters it about you. You've got to be cleverer. You've got to be cleverer. You've got to be smarter. I'm not going to advocate gamesmanship necessarily.
I am.
But there's
everybody else does it.
Well, everybody else doesn't do it, but I don't want to see it because I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think teams like Warrington and Wigan who bring it in are absolutely disgusting teams. But you turn around and you think, our kickoffs could be better. You look at that. I mentioned this isn't like a hindsight thing. During the game, I said Jamie Foster's putting these in goal and dropping. We're letting them take it on the 10-20 metre line and then having a 10-yard goal from it. There's a lot that we're going to take from this negative. There is a lot that we're going to take from it negative and a lot that we could do more positively.
Should we talk about the 70 minutes that we actually were very, very good tonight?
66 minutes that we were very, very good.
Seal Matautia probably had his best game in a Saints jersey. I thought Kevin Nagama was playing well. Jack Wellesby, once again, playing some absolutely wonder balls, passing through. The game should have been won. Other positives to take from it, it didn't actually mean much. And we're not just saying that in hindsight. I think we spoke about that on the preview show. Psychologically, yes, to get that win. But the positive, well, if you can take a plus point from it, it means we can now play the last two games knowing that we do need a point, but we can afford maybe to rest players. Whereas if we win tonight, then we're going into the last two games, going full strength in both, knowing that if Catalans slip up, we could still potentially win it. We can now manage it how we want to manage it. We should still get second. We obviously still need a point. A draw at the end, Natty would have done us for second. As it is, we've come away with a defeat. Peter, positives from you?
Well, I think Iggy Pazzi's going to get himself a nice little holiday. He'll be out for, I think, a couple of games, I would think, after the collision.
They didn't show a replay of it in the ground.
I think possibly it might have been the way his head hit the ground. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but
a couple of people on the social media have said it was straight on. Listen, we're saying that we're not seeing it. Hopefully, we hope. We're hoping the Catalan player is okay. That's the main thing tonight. Listen, whatever comes with it, comes with it. Yeah. We've got a Cast fan joining us.
Yeah.
Hi, mate.
I've just seen a notification from Sky Sports. You were 30 points to 12 up, and somehow you've lost in the last 3 minutes. I didn't see any of it.
No, we didn't lose in the last 3 minutes. Did you not watch it?
No, I didn't watch it. So
we lost in overtime.
I know it's good to score the point, but what's happened? How did you concede 3 in 3 minutes?
You tell me.
I don't know. I didn't see it. That's why I'm asking you.
We weren't very good.
Not very good.
No.
We've seen it and we don't know how it happens, and that's the best way I can describe it to you. Catalans.
We're not making excuses tonight. We just blew it.
We're kind of dumbstruck by what happened.
Well, but try to score.
This isn't Cast TV, but you played well today, didn't you?
No. Not really, no.
Well, I've seen you the rest of the year and you weren't very good for that point. So you got the percentage of 2 points.
Fair to you, we've not played well all season, but then last couple of games, what did we have? We had St Helens away, played good. Leeds, but no, we had a good run, didn't we? So we started with Leeds away, good. St Helens away, really good. Then Hull away, good. Played Wigan Monday and it just all...
What happened? You did us for Wigan. Will you make the playoffs?
I think we'll make the playoffs.
Will you win your...
No chance.
That's a shame, because we might have played you at home.
The difference when Hull's
Bit of revenge from 2017, yeah.
big man. The difference in Cass' performance from today to Monday was Paul McShane.
Listen, hang on.
He makes
hang
a
on.
difference.
Right,
He makes a difference.
we've now got to move on, because this is Redvee and everybody's going to be saying off. Kev, get back on. Nice meeting you, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
But yeah, you were asking about positives from today. For nearly 70 minutes, I thought a kicking game in that time was absolutely fantastic. We put in some great kicks, pinned them back, did the right things, played them the way we wanted to play them, kept them deep, stopped them running, and then the last 5 minutes we stopped doing that. We scored some great tries. Let's see, Siona Matauti had a fantastic game. He's probably his best game in a Saints jersey.
What's the chances of the prop forward going up for the final kick of the game, collecting it and dropping over the line? Sometimes...
They talked about earth-shattering, and with Sam Cassiano, I think there probably was some kind of recording in the Richter scale, but he got it, didn't he?
I'd be really upset if that was a final.
And that's the thing. If we are lucky enough to get to Old Trafford and play Catalan, regardless of what the score is and how little time there is left, they will call on today from the memory bank, and so will we. Subconsciously, that's what I talk about, having psychological damage potentially.
I bet we shut that game down and go for a drop goal when there's less pressure on as well. By the way, that lad was like a younger, better version of me, wasn't he? With these glasses on. The Cass lad. He was like a younger version of me, thinner. Probably sport more sense.
Thinner?
Probably sport more sense.
Thinner? If it was Russian dolls, he'd have fitted inside you.
He'd have been the little one on the end. I mean, with an head that size, I wouldn't be talking about Russian dolls.
I'm keeping out of this. I'm keeping out of this.
Oh, the camera will die to laughter.
If anybody's keeping up with Dave's Slimming Wales, £12 down since the 1st of August.
Yeah, that's because you keep backing Siona Matauti each week.
And then he goes and scores a double.
Yeah.
You've got to drive us home now.
And all the way we're going to be saying, how did we lose that game?
I've got 14 cans to get through, so...
Listen, I'd be more... it's upsetting when you're 30 points to 12 up with 5 minutes to go and lose it. It'd be even more... Well, we've come away from some Magics where we've got absolutely hammered, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, how many Magic weekends have you been to, Peter?
This is number 5.
How many have we won, Peter?
1.
Don't come again.
Will I be officially sponsored by Redvee and perhaps even A-Star Recruitment? Another free shout out. To not come next year, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The only one I did, we won, it was Murrayfield 2010, 54-0 against OKR.
So if you're older in Scotland, we're all right,
let's get back up.
So basically, you've never come to a Magic weekend in England and won?
That's pretty much the size
Right,
of it.
remove his passport.
I don't think we need a passport the most things.
You do.
Fair enough.
As a weekend, obviously, there was talking to build up about the crowds not being massive. I actually thought there was a decent sized crowd in there today, decent atmosphere.
Yeah, very good. The fan zone wasn't what you expect. I think I expected a little bit more from
Than
it.
teacups.
It was great with the band on. The band who were going round, we'll probably put that on our Twitter feed because I've got a video of that. That was great. Good atmosphere up there. You know what? Chatting with a couple of Hull fans. I hope they lose because they were cheering for us getting beat. Listen, I'm not going to hide that.
At least, well, do you know what? What Saints have robbed me off tonight is if we'd have won, I'd have been all over Twitter saying, well done to Catalans on winning that. We've played more games Shield. So at least they've won it off their own backs.
Well, yeah. What happens if they lose the next two and we win our next two? We're not close to them, no.
No.
I think it's
That's
gone.
it. It's done. They needed to win the league leaders.
Not even close.
Lift Shield.
I don't think so.
Go on, do your maths quick, Dave. What is
Well,
it?
if we'd have won, we'd have been level, so they've gone to the two heads. Oh no, we could if they lose the last two. So Huddersfield and oh no,
It'd have been close. It wouldn't happen.
Not going to
But
happen.
it'd have been close. They needed to win today to win the League Leaders Shield. And again, we go back to the preview show. This is symptomatic of the League Leaders Shield being completely worthless in rugby league.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a shame. It's a shame. I'm sure you think that, Peter. I'm sure every fan.
If the League Leaders Shield meant what it should mean,
I'd be more gutted.
We'd be absolutely devastated now.
I'd be more gutted about that.
It'd be like Saints fans crying at Wembley.
I've never cried at Wembley.
Neither have I. Have you?
No.
Must only be for the emotionally insecure. Right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will catch you. When?
Friday night.
We play against Leeds on Friday night.
Yeah, so Wednesday.
Back on the horse. We'll pretend this one never happened. It didn't really, did it? Well, it's already gone.
Listen, there should be a point of peace for.
Yeah, let's get back onto the point. A great game's been spoiled by a drop goal contest.
I think Hull have scored, I think.
Live commentary, yes, they've scored. Yeah. We've said it all along. Rugby league games shouldn't be decided by a drop goal contest. We should be coming away with a draw and second place guaranteed already.
Always said it. There's no point. It's an Americanism, isn't it? It's like them penalties that you used to take from halfway in the football.
But it worked well for the crowd. Well, not our crowd, but everyone else.
Nah, absolute rubbish.
Good job we didn't get the train.
Well, we'd have been late for it by now.
We'd have got the next one, which gets us back to St Helens about 6:30 tomorrow morning. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we will catch you Wednesday for Redvee TV. Catch you soon.